I'm here with my dog, my teammate. I'm super hyped to have my girl here. Two-time WNBA All-Star, Kelsey Mitchell. What's good with it?
What's up?
7 years for coaches and a playoff drought that felt never-ending. Kelsey Mitchell's journey with the Indiana Fever was far from smooth. But everything shifted in 2024.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, me, I'm a Midwestern girl, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. 513 kid. It's kind of tough to come out of where I come from because it's so small, and so you get what you get. It's kind of a dense city. It's like a Miami or like Atlanta, so you kind of get what you get. And so I grew up hooping through my family. I come from a family dynamic of just sports. My dad was he went to school to play football. So he met my mom at Eastern Kentucky.
Okay.
And that's how I was brought into this world.
Shout out to your parents, though. Shout out to your parents.
In a candid sit-down with teammate Erica Wheeler that has the basketball world buzzing, Kelsey Mitchell opens up about her roller coaster career and the spark behind the Fever's resurgence. From last season's struggles to becoming a WNBA All-Star, to her true thoughts on Caitlin Clark and the fans Mitchell isn't holding back, ready to hear how one player's arrival transformed not only a team, but Mitchell's entire outlook on the game. Let's dive in.
Basketball was just always a safe haven. I kind of took it from there, just, utilized what I knew about it. And that's how I knew what my lifestyle was, just through hoop. I had friends through hoop. I just, you kind of gain a lifestyle, and the rest was kind of history.
Yeah.
I look back at it now, I went from Cincinnati and I went up the street to Columbus, to Ohio State University, and I was always a homebody, but I knew I wanted to get out of Cincinnati. That was clear. And once I became a Buckeye, I kind of chose being a Buckeye.
Imagine this. You're Kelsey Mitchell, the #2 overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft, ready to light up the league and lead your team to glory. But instead of championship celebrations, you're met with season after season of crushing losses. That was Mitchell's reality for years with the Indiana Fever.
You and E both been here for a number of years, right?
Yeah.
Y'all done been through the tough years. Well, you really got to grind it out. Tough season.
What, you were 7 years here?
All 7.
All 7. You ain't never been to another
Fever
team.
girl.
7 years and how many years?
So I was here from 2015 to...
My back.
Hey, wait. Wait. Don't count my age right now on TV. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. You know what I mean? I still look good for my age.
When Kelsey Mitchell first landed in Indiana, she was loaded with promise and potential, and the Fever believed they'd found their next star. But what they didn't anticipate were the challenges ahead. Season after season, wins slipped away, and the Fever missed the playoffs not once, not twice, but 7 years in a row. 1 year was so rough they managed just 5 total victories. The weight of that disappointment was crushing, yet through all the struggles, Mitchell's talent never wavered. She wasn't just good, she was consistently great. From 2018 to 2023, she averaged over 16 points per game, proving her scoring wasn't a streak, but half a decade of elite production.
The first 3 years, you can kind of sum it up. You ain't got to give me a long story. I was there with you for 2 of them, so kind of give me what that rough patch was like, and then we can kind of skip through and get to where you at right now.
But personal success can only cover team struggles for so long. Mitchell, always the competitor, began questioning her future in Indiana. The points kept coming, the accolades followed, yet something still felt empty. In her own words, the points were the points, the accolades were accolades, but it wasn't enough. That team, winning team, not individual team. You can hear the hunger for collective success in every word.
Yeah, I think Indy, those from my year 1 through 3.5. Well, let me just say this. I went through my 7 years in Indy. I've had 4 head coaches. So that within itself was kind of like, no one really knows what an experience of the black stick at the bottom. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me. So I was, that's really how it started,
Now, let's talk about stability or the lack of it. Imagine trying to build a championship team when the blueprint keeps changing. That's what Mitchell and the Fever endured for head coaches in 7 years. For different voices, for different systems, for different visions. How do you find your footing when the ground never stops shifting beneath you?
When y'all left, it was still a rebuild stage. So different coaches got hired. And I think that at that point, Delby was trying to figure out whether I would keep swimming or if I would sink individually. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what would happen in my career. I didn't know how it would turn out because the points were the points, the accolades were the accolades, but it wasn't enough.
That team winning. Team, not individual, team.
Yeah. And anybody that want to compete and be a winner, you know,
it's about team.
It's about team.
But this is where Kelsey Mitchell's true character stood out. Lesser players might have demanded a trade or let their effort fade, not Mitchell. Her work ethic became legendary inside the organization. She was often the first in the gym and the last to leave, day after day, loss after loss as the defeats piled up. So did her determination. Mitchell made a choice that defined her career. She decided to be part of the solution. It's easy to stay when times are good, but Mitchell's loyalty through the hardest years, that's rare.
I'm fortunate, and I just think the hand I was dealt was like, you know, I trusted in the organization in different ways, from like the management and the people that they brought in, and so I just kind of like trusted the wave, and so I look back on trusting that wave now, and now I'm here. I don't know what.
You really started over 4 times though.
I did.
Like every time you get a new coach, you kind of really start over because you got to build that relationship with that coach. Although the coach know who you are, they know what the players they have in the locker room. It's a different ball game
for sure. I was in survival mode when I put my back against the wall, and so what everybody see now is just I've always been a fighter. You know, I've always kind of had to compete and find a different way to, you know.
And in 2023, that loyalty finally paid off. After years of individual excellence overshadowed by team struggles, Kelsey Mitchell earned the recognition she had long deserved. Her first WNBA All-Star selection. It was a true moment of triumph, honoring not only her talent, but also her perseverance through years of adversity.
I didn't know what All-Star was going to look like for me. I never really put it on not necessarily it wasn't a goal. I just knew I needed to train and do what I need to do to keep my name. Like I said, you in defense mode and everything you do at that point. And so when I got the first, and I was like, really? You know, I got a call from the WNBA. You know, you get the call.
Bro, but like you wasn't even hype. You were just I'm going to WNBA. I said, what? Hold on. I'm in the locker room like, yo. Hey, I'm like, what y'all? Hey, I'm like,
man, and it's so crazy. Like, I downplayed it.
No, so bad. I need you to know. Hello, no. I need you to know you downplayed it so bad.
But even while celebrating this personal milestone, Mitchell's focus never wavered from the team. Looking back on her journey, she reflected, saying,
I always got my back dirty. Man, there was never a time
like that.
Hey, that's a good one.
Like that.
I always got my back dirty. Hold on, let me put that in my pocket.
Like that.
I always got my back dirty. Hold on, poke that. I always got my back dirty.
I've always had to, and you can kind of relate because, you know, you've had to go to different places and, you know, get a spot. For me, it was about keeping my name, at least, or my game relevant to, you know, enough to have value.
Those words reveal a player who's never chosen the easy road, someone who's fought for every ounce of respect she's earned. In 2024, Mitchell reached new heights, posting career best numbers across the board: 19, 2 points per game, shooting an impressive 46, 8% from the field and 2% from 3. These weren't just strong stats, they were superstar numbers. Mitchell was playing the best basketball of her career, and the league was finally taking notice. But what really unfolded in 2024, and why did it all begin with heartbreak as Kelsey Mitchell's star continued to rise? A devastating personal loss threatened to dim her love for the game. So how did she find the strength not only to keep playing, but to dominate through such overwhelming grief?
No, it's been a difficult year for me from a standpoint of like personal. You know, I lost my dad 5 or 6 months ago, so that was tough. And I look back on my year now, Dub, and I'm just so grateful to be here again because I never thought, you know, for one, to be doing it without a parent. I think anybody that come from a 2-parent home will know what that's like, or just, you know, lovable parents in general. And, you know, when I lost that, I didn't know what was going to happen.
The 2024 season was set to be Mitchell's crowning moment. But just as she prepared for what would become a career-defining year, tragedy struck. In March, Kelsey lost her father, the man she called her OG best friend. This wasn't just the passing of a parent. It was the loss of her greatest supporter, her toughest critic, and the very person who first instilled in her a love for the game.
That's why I miss my dad so much now, because he was the only person that reminded me what that worth was like. And so he was aggressive and hard on me, but it came in a position of now I don't need nobody to tell me. I don't want nobody because when I needed saving, nobody saved me.
Suddenly, the game that had always been her refuge felt unbearably heavy. Mitchell found herself at a crossroads, questioning everything she had worked for in a heart-wrenching admission. She shared, "I didn't know what would happen next if I was going to play this season, or how I was supposed to play this season." The weight of her grief was so overwhelming that she truly considered walking away from basketball altogether.
Go through certain things, you know, it hit home, a part of your heart's, you know, broken, and you look back on it, some of the hours that I put in the gym, I couldn't even calculate them because I felt so much pain and trauma. Like, I felt so much pain. Like, I felt so much, like, I worried about my mom. I worried about how she feel now that she didn't have a significant other. I worried about my siblings. My brother was overseas. My sister was trying to figure out life outside of her 9-to-5 job, what she wanted to do, and she had got into coaching and relied on my dad for some stuff. And so we all had a piece ripped from us, and we didn't know how it was going to look.
But this is where Mitchell's story takes an unexpected turn. In her darkest moment, she discovered an unlikely lifeline: her teammates. The Fever locker room rallied around her, building a support system that proved vital in the months ahead. And at the center of it all was rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. Now you might wonder, how could a rookie influence a seasoned veteran? That's the beauty of team sports. Clark's arrival injected fresh energy into the entire Fever organization, and Mitchell was no exception. She found herself uplifted by Clark's infectious enthusiasm and steady support.
I look better now, gang. You know, I look at our lockers and stuff every day. I just be like, dang, I'm here today.
Well,
so I'll be grateful, man.
Man, listen, I'm in there with you, and I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job. You show up and do your job every day. You know, sometimes I gotta get in your but that comes with the territory. You know what I mean?
Who would I be if I didn't? Yankee does change.
Hey, but I'm telling you, man, you're doing a hell of a job.
I appreciate you, gang, for sure.
As Mitchell explained, I had a village of 11 other ladies who met me in places I didn't think I was capable of going. That sisterhood became her anchor, giving her the strength to return to the court and confront her grief head-on.
I had a village when, you know, life had hit, because my dad was a big piece of, like, a lot of stuff in the city, and so it affected people in different ways that I didn't even imagine.
But Mitchell's path back to basketball wasn't only about leaning on her teammates, it was also about making the brave choice to seek professional help. She dove headfirst into therapy, admitting, "I took therapy really serious. There's nothing like laying your problems on people, and they don't judge you." That commitment to her mental health became a vital part of her healing, helping her process her grief while slowly rediscovering her love for the game.
So I got therapy. Therapy was ice on the cake. I got with the Pacers facility, St. Vincent, the Fever. Before the season I got started, and I took therapy really serious. Shout out to the doc, man. He was the dopest because, you know, it's nothing like laying your problems on people and shit. They don't judge you.
Hey,
for
you know,
real.
like, you know, you just lay it on them, and
It just kind of helped me. You know, I did it day by day, and, you know, I got into scripture, and God himself was the main thing, though. Like, the more and more I got closer to the word and the purpose, everything got easier.
As the season unfolded, something remarkable happened. Mitchell's game took on a whole new dimension. It was as if she poured every ounce of emotion, every bit of pain, into each shot, each drive, each defensive stand. Basketball became both her escape from grief and her way of honoring her father's memory. The results were nothing short of spectacular. Mitchell's already impressive game reached new heights with those career best numbers we mentioned earlier. But beyond the stats, she played with a fire and determination that couldn't be ignored. Every time she stepped on the court, it felt like she was making a statement not just to the league, but to herself.
I'm not lying. I feel like the stick shit at the bottom of the barrel is kind of like, you know, you fighting for it. Defending whatever, you know, legacy you got left, and trying to figure it out how to be where we at now. And so, oh man, I think we got a chance to do something special.
Looking back on the season, Mitchell's gratitude is clear. "I think it was worth it," she reflected. "The work I put in individually, and then the organization being here for these 7 years, I hoped it would come to a point where I'd still be here." So, I'm excited. This wasn't just about personal achievement. It was about finding meaning in the struggle and coming out stronger on the other side.
Well, everybody watching Indy. Everybody trying to see what's going on.
America's team? Dallas Cowboys, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, might be now.
Might be.
I'm joking. Dak Prescott.
No, seriously.
Just don't fall off like the Cowboys.
We in it right now where
Don't do that.
like I tell everybody, I say I feel like Indiana is the new Hollywood. Everybody wants to sit courtside. Everybody wants to get to the games to see us play.
Mitchell's journey through grief and back to basketball stardom is a powerful reminder of the human story behind the highlights and box scores. It's a tale of resilience, community, and the healing power of sport. But here's the question. What convinced Kelsey to re-sign with the Fever, and how does she really feel about Caitlin Clark and the fans picture this the most celebrated prospect in WNBA history? Caitlin Clark arrives in Indiana, and the basketball world holds its breath. But what about Kelsey Mitchell? The 7-year veteran and longtime face of the franchise, would Clark's arrival overshadow the stardom Mitchell had fought so hard to build?
When I look back to where I've never been a part of a playoff, so I don't know what that's gonna look like for me personally. But I think everything that I've been through in my life, I gotta treat it like it's basketball, man.
Yeah.
I gotta, take it on like I would anything else, any other game. And I think right now is the time that you can't get caught lacking. You can't be lulled to sleep. It's the easiest time. And I'm, just trying to stay focused on what's right. You know how I go. Keep the main thing. But I feel confident about what we could do. I do. I feel like we got a chance to do something special if we, do right by it, obviously. But you know how that goes.
While there were some early growing pains, everything shifted after the All-Star break. Instead of clashing, Mitchell and Clark created something special. They didn't just coexist, they thrived together. And get this, both finished the 2024 season averaging an identical 2 points per game. Talk about a dynamic duo. But it didn't stop there. Mitchell's game reached new heights alongside Clark. The rookie's incredible court vision opened scoring opportunities Mitchell had never experienced before. Suddenly, defenses couldn't zero in on her alone. The extra space to operate was a complete game changer.
We already on All-Star. How was that? This is your second one?
Yeah.
Back to back. Talk to
Second
me.
one.
Wait. Back to back. Talk to him. Come on, man. No, seriously though, when it's back to back, that just proves people like y'all should have never been overlooked at me anyways. You know what I mean? It's back to back, and like even now, like the numbers is up even more. Like the efficiency is out this world. From like your previous years, from last year, I think you are like a 7 or a 10% jump. That ain't them small numbers, but them big numbers in basketball, bro.
Big
I
numbers.
appreciate that.
Let's talk about the Clark effect. Her energy was contagious, her competitiveness unmatched, and for Mitchell, it felt like a jolt of adrenaline straight to her basketball soul. After years of grinding through losing seasons, she was suddenly reinvigorated by Clark's presence. And the proof was in the numbers. Mitchell's shooting efficiency skyrocketed to career-best levels, both from the field and beyond the arc. But more importantly, the wins finally started to come. The Fever doubled their win total from the previous year, ending a painful playoff drought. For the first time in her WNBA career, Mitchell got a taste of postseason action.
You hear that conversation, you gotta be willing to give up something to get what you want. And it's like you gotta do what you gotta do, kind of like that effect, like you gotta have it. And I think that secondly, you gotta shut up and work.
What you saying?
Shut up and work.
Wait. Where that camera at? You that one on you? Go ahead and say it right there. Camera right there.
Shut up and work.
Hey, Kelsey said shut up and work.
Now here's where it gets even better in 2024. Mitchell earned her second straight All-Star nod, this time with a new backcourt partner by her side. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a teammate. She became a catalyst for Mitchell's continued growth and evolution as a player.
The trajectory has changed. The world is watching us. And of course, we got to shout out Caitlin Clark. She has a big part of that, of why the world is watching us. We gonna give her her flowers. She is who she is.
Got to.
That's a motherfucker. We gonna just put it out in the air.
That's funny.
But seriously, that's my teammate. That's a motherfucker. But listen,
C-squared for sure.
But what does Mitchell really think about Clark and the whirlwind of attention she carries with her? In her own words, Mitchell put it,
Pressure, no pressure. I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Indiana has been my second home since I went pro, so this is the only city I know, and so to see you guys open your arms up to me, I kind of remember every employee I run into. Whether you're a janitor, camera person, I like to be that person. And so that was a big part of me coming back because I got a chance to meet really great people. Then I met one of the greatest people in the world, Caitlin Clark, who's like just ran the basketball world. So I think together we hope to make you guys proud. We hope to make you guys feel like you're a part of our success and our journey. And I'm here. Let's do this. Let's go.
That's not just respect, that's genuine admiration and excitement for their partnership. The synergy between Mitchell and Clark was on full display all season long. Time and again, Mitchell found herself on the receiving end of Clark's pinpoint passes, leading to highlight reel plays and record-breaking moments. And it went beyond individual numbers together. They were elevating the entire team.
Experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They see square shots in the game,
different.
They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because
I hate to be.
Listen, they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back, I promise. Please don't. Her fans.
And what about the fans?
They'll go anywhere she goes.
They gonna travel.
She gonna go to the desert.
Travel.
And
Right there.
Right
I
there
just
with
think
her.
it's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. I'm like, damn, that's lit. But when we talking about Travis Kelce on TV, but they talking about Taylor Swift as well, and her fans go crazy, I just think that's crazy.
Mitchell's resurgence wasn't just a personal triumph, it was central to the Fever's remarkable turnaround. For the first time since 2016, Indiana was back in the playoffs, and Mitchell was right at the heart of it. The front office made her importance crystal clear when it came time to re-sign their veteran leader. Fever president Kelly Krauskopf didn't hold back. Kelsey has been a foundation of our franchise for many years, and we are thrilled to see her return to the Fever. It's clear that Mitchell isn't just part of the team's past, she's a cornerstone of its future.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing Kelsey how important she is to the Indiana Fever.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so everything about Kelsey Mitchell is core, right? Core values, her core basketball, actually everything about her is what we're about. And so there was no way she was going anywhere else but the Indiana Fever. So this is a great day for our franchise. It starts with her. Her legacy continues in an Indiana jersey, and we're off to the races now. So
what's happening in Indiana feels reminiscent of some of the WNBA's most successful veteran rookie partnerships. Mitchell's experience, paired with Clark's transcendent talent, has built a backcourt that's already turning heads across the league. So, what's next for Kelsey Mitchell and the Fever? The 2024 season feels less like a peak and more like the beginning of something special. With Clark's arrival sparking a new fire in Mitchell's game, the sky is the limit for this dynamic duo.
I'm a Fever girl again. I'm a Fever girl. I'm excited. Kind of missed this court. I'm a Fever girl again. A lot of went into this decision based on what I needed for myself and for my family, my friends. And Indy is a second home, so I thought I'd give this thing a go.
Kelsey Mitchell's journey with the Indiana Fever is heading into an exciting new chapter. She's officially locked in for 2025, signing a one-year Supermax deal worth a cool $250,000. That's right, the Fever are keeping their star, and Mitchell couldn't be more thrilled.
Just figure out where this program's going, what we're trying to accomplish. And based on, the way in which I like to see myself playing. I could do that with people like Caitlin, people like AB, people like Liz. The list goes on with Lexi Hall, Grace Berger. So I'm excited about the group we have. I get to play alongside some really great people. So here's the a Fever girl.
Mitchell isn't just back for the paycheck. She's genuinely excited to remain a Fever girl and determined to chase a championship for Indy. Can you feel the energy? The Indiana Fever made bold moves this offseason, positioning themselves as true title contenders in 2025. How high can they climb? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain, the future in Indiana has never looked brighter. Are you ready for what's next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on your screen. We'll see you in the next one.